Creek Bucks Nation. I'm Thomas Kennedy.
And I'm Taylor Kennedy.
And this is Timeout at TNT. It's playoff time.
And the Clinch County Panthers are ready to play.
Clinch County Panthers Langston Hendricks, Jeremiah Johnson, and Charles Stevens are here to talk about the third round of the GHSA Class A football playoffs. This week has been an interesting week. The Georgia Dome has been destroyed. The GHSA football championship has been played there for a very long time. The Georgia Dome has been in Atlanta for 25 years. Kind of like how the Falcons blew a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl. Taylor, let's start with last week. The Clinton County Panthers are coming off of a big win as they slid by Dooley County with a 48-35 win last Friday.
The Clinton County Panthers were able to keep its home record perfect this season. Yeah. They were able to defeat the Dooley County Bobcats 48-35. This is the closest game the Panthers have had all season. The Panthers were up 45-14 in the beginning of the fourth quarter, but then Dooley decided to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Dooley County's quarterback is the real deal. Bo Lawson had 317 passing yards and 171 rushing yards.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Yeah,
he has
really
a great
is.
arm too. Twice he threw four complete passes as he was going down. The Panther defense was just too much, and the offense played a great, clean game. There were lots of penalties in the game too. At least 2 unsportsmanlike conducts were thrown against Dooley.
Dang. This week, the Clinton County Panthers will take on the Mitchell County Eagles. What do we know about that team, Taylor?
The 10-1 Mitchell County is coming off of a big win against Sly, 22-21. Mitchell County has a strong passing game. Their quarterback is a beast. Number 6, James Thomas, is 6'3", 185 pounds, and he's a sophomore.
Dang.
He averages 128 passing yards a game and 111 rushing yards per game and 2 touchdowns per game. He also kicks their field goals.
Yeah, he must be a really good athlete because he has all those rushing and passing yards. And then to put it all together, he kicks the field goals.
I know, he's a great athlete.
Yeah. Up next, offensive lineman Christian Stevens will be here to talk about this week's game as the Clinton County Panthers get ready to face the Mitchell County Eagles.
Timeout with TNT will be right back after these messages.
Huddle up. That's right. Huddle up at the Huddle House in Homerville and Lakeland before or after the game. And if you can't make it to the game, watch all the live action here at the Huddle House. Remember, Huddle Houses of Homerville and Lakeland have a full menu with something for everyone with prices that can't be beat. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 24 hours per day, Huddle House is a game-winning recipe for the entire family. Go Clinch County Panthers. Go Lanier County Bulldogs. And don't forget, huddle up at the Huddle House. Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation. Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot, and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal.
We want to welcome Panthers offensive lineman Dozer Stevens. Thanks for being here.
Christian, you've had a great season. Our offensive line looks better with each game.
First question, Dozer. Please tell us, how did you get your nickname?
Well, I got my nickname started all back when I was in rec ball football. I was always this boy who was smaller than most of the other teams, and I would always be that boy that's stronger and would be able to take that boy and block him. And the coaches, Jamie, my old rec ball coach, he always adjusted the line and put me where I needed to be to protect the line, help the boys out, and take care of everything. So he started calling me random nicknames. At first, it started with Missile, and then it went to Tank, and then it went to Dozer, and then we just went in there and was stuck.
Our offense is made of juniors and sophomores. What do you say about people who say our offense is too young?
Well, I say the people that think our offense is too young is not really a true fact, because I mean, like, we are young, but yet we're out there taking the bigger of the better, and it doesn't matter. I mean, we're out there getting the job done, taking care of everything, and just controlling and beating everybody.
Yeah. What do you think is our biggest strength on our offensive line?
Our biggest strength is everybody just working together and making sure we're focused. And when bad atmospheres happen, bad things happen. I mean, we just stay focused, stay calm, collective, and just do our thing. We hold ourselves accountable. We don't blame other people. We don't say it's their fault, because that's when everything goes downhill, and that's when you start making mistakes. That's when you start losing, and then you can't come back after that. All the momentum's gone.
Yeah. Friday night, Dooley County put up a fight until the bitter end.
There were tons of penalties and some unsportsmanlike conduct calls. Give us some highlights.
Well, I mean, they were a poor team and attitude. They were very disrespectful, but they had some athletes and stuff, but they had no respect for nobody. I mean, they was out there beating each other up, cussing at, I mean, just bad people. I mean, they was out there to hurt us, not to really win. They did not. They knew they couldn't beat us, so they just went out there to hurt us to make the next team beat us.
Yeah. Our offense was able to run and pass the ball last week. How are you guys able to be so versatile?
Well, that just goes back to us being together, you know, just all being on the same page, all of us just being collective, being there, taking each other's responsibility. You just knowing our job, knowing the gap, or where we got to go, what we got to do. We execute. We go by a specific plan of always execute what we got to do. It's always hold yourself for each other, what you got to do.
Yeah. From the perspective of an offensive lineman, what do you think makes an opposing defense strong?
Showing a sign of weakness is one thing that shows opposing defense to make it stronger. They see you stressing out. They see you seem like you're hurt, or you are backing down, not constantly hitting them. I mean, it's little things showing that you're giving up. Gives them that momentum to keep fighting and to keep hitting you, which just puts you down, and it's not a good feeling to be in, and it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah. The strength and speed of our offense and defense has won us a lot of football games this season, but so has our discipline.
How have you guys been able to stay focused and disciplined despite some of the undisciplined teams you guys faced? Turner, Dooley, even Charlton.
Well, our coaches at practice always tells us just to be focused. When we're out there at the game, people getting on our faces, just doing dirty, being disrespectful. The coaches always tell us to keep playing. I mean, to ignore it, get back, be calm, cool, collective. Don't worry about it. Just handle the little things. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do it all right. But stuff like that, you can't let it bother you. We are going to be the team that keeps playing next week, as they're going to be stuck in basketball season. We don't need to be stupid and get thrown out of a game by just over attitude.
Okay, Dozer, tell us about Mitchell County. They beat Sly County last week, but they had a very sloppy game. What do you know about them?
Well, I know Mitchell County this year are not that great at passing team, and I know they're no better than Dooley County at all. I mean, we're better than them, but we can't get big heads. You know, I mean, you always got to be focused. You always got to prepare yourself for the best of every team, and you got to go out there and you don't play the best of their abilities. You play the best of your ability. And what we do know is they are not the best they can be. I mean, they are a team that we can beat, and we should beat them, but we just need to keep focusing, practice hard all week, and just be ready to go play football.
Yeah. In Friday's game, Mitchell County and Slot County both took advantages of some turnovers that cost them each some points. As an offensive lineman, how can you prepare or prevent that?
Being focused and getting your job done. I mean, even you just don't go out there, you don't rush things, you don't overthink things. You go out there, know your job, get your job done. Even if something do happen in the backfield, the fumble, if we have our guys, we doing what we're supposed to do, they should have time to get that mistake picked up and getting back at it, and we'll just keep hitting. Even if we just hold on to the ball, we stay running, we just keep doing what we do and execute.
Yeah.
You guys are out of school for the Thanksgiving holiday. What has practice look like for you guys? Has being out of school affected practice this week?
Being out of school this week has not affected practice. We have been getting out there, starting Monday, having 3 o'clock, regular schedule, hitting it. And then this week, Monday, Tuesday, today, been out there just 1 o'clock, getting it done, just getting the small things, staying on the basics, and getting our plays straightened up, making sure, just preparing for Mitchell County and for a win this Friday night.
Yeah. So it's Thanksgiving. What is your favorite thing or food to eat for Thanksgiving?
One of my favorite things to do for Thanksgiving is being with my family and everything, hanging out with them. And I say one of my favorite foods for Thanksgiving are the pies. I like the pies.
Yeah. Do you have any weekly rituals that you use week to week to stay focused or to get hyped for a game like this?
Well, every week we start with a strong motivation speech of our coaches of telling us how we go out there, we work too hard over the summer, work too hard over the year to come here and stop now. I mean, we worked way too hard over the summer, so our coaches get out there, they tell us how hard we work, how much you need to want it, how bad you have to want it to make it this far, and you can't give up now, and you just, all that just put something in you and just makes you want to go. And I mean, we just keep chopping wood.
Yeah. Dozer, thanks for being here, and good luck this week. We expect to see some big plays from you Friday.
All right. Thank you, guys. Nice to be here.
We are going to take a break, and when we return, Panther Langston Hendricks will be with us to talk about the Panther offense. Yeah, and the Panther offense.
Timeout at TNT will be back after these messages.
Powerhouse Outdoor Equipment at 1122 Bowens Mill Road in Douglas, Georgia is the place to go for all of your outdoor power needs. Whether it's commercial or residential mowers, lawn care equipment, recreational vehicles, or equipment repairs, see Kurt Malcolm at Powerhouse Outdoor Equipment, Douglas, Georgia. At Richards in Homerville, Georgia, you'll find the best meats and seafood anywhere around, and you can order by mail. For all your holiday needs, parties, and special events, we provide catering that will make the occasion one your guests will never forget. Whether it's a wedding, company party, political event, or convention, from Savannah to Atlanta and parts beyond, call Gregory or Sharon to schedule Richard's catering service or to make a purchase by mail. 912-487-5822.
We are back with Timeout and TNT. We want to welcome Panther Langston Hendricks to the show. Thanks for being here. You are center for the offensive line, but you play for the defense some too, right?
Yeah.
How hard is it to play both ways?
Oh, it's very hard, but coming really just to think about it, you got to condition hard during practice. That way, it's a big factor when you get in the games on Friday night.
Do you ever get like really tired?
Yeah, I get very tired, but it's just more a mental thing than anything.
Yeah.
Do you ever forget plays? Sometimes,
Like for me.
Sometimes, but if you forget, they always say go hard and go fast.
Yeah.
So Friday night was a tough game. Dooley County put up a fight until the bitter end.
They played with some intensity, but they also had some unsportsmanlike calls made against them. Their quarterback was an athlete. He had a great arm and was super fast.
However, not so fast that our Panther defense couldn't handle him. Tell us about that sack, Langston. I think Bo Lawson is still having nightmares about you.
Yeah, really, I kind of got lucky on that sack. I made contact 52, and I spun to the left. When I spun, he was right there, and he met me. And when I got up, I just had to celebrate. It was it's just a highlight.
Give us some other highlights to the game. You had some tough plays, and you and the rest of the offense line seemed to fight off their aggression all night.
As the center of the offensive line, it's your job to communicate the plays for the line. How hard is it leading the group?
It's really not hard because they really all know what to do.
Yeah.
So down there's a lot of communication, but I mean, we just come together and know all what to do.
Yeah. Our offensive line is made up of juniors and sophomores, and you guys have been playing together since middle school. How well do you guys play together, and what improvements have you guys made over the years?
We play very well together. We've all, just like y'all said, we've played together since we was real little, and I think the biggest improvement we made over the past couple of years is learn how to pass block, because in Red Lee Middle School, that just wasn't our strong suit. And we had to learn how to do it, and I think that's our biggest achievement as the year went on was to learn how to pass block, and we've become very good at it.
Okay. You always do a great job getting the crowd fired up during the games. Friday night, you showed a lot of emotion. How do you think you can get the rest of your teammates to follow your lead?
It's a really tough question right there, but it's really emotion that you just got to have it to play this game. You got to have the emotion to play football. If you don't have emotion, man, it's hard to play the game.
Have you guys been working on anything in practices to get ready for this game?
Today I think we worked on just going back to the basics of fundamentals and everything, because if you forget the fundamentals, it's a tough game. And we went back to basic things that we started at the beginning of the season, and we just went back over them.
So it's Thanksgiving. What is your favorite thing or food to eat for Thanksgiving?
Favorite food? I just like to eat. I'll eat anything. I just eat anything as long as it's good. And really ain't got a favorite thing to do. It's just eat and be with my family. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. The playoffs are always exciting and intense. Focus is very important. Is there anything you do to help yourself stay focused and to get hyped for a game?
To get hyped for a game, I like to watch Jarrett Barnett from Tennessee. He's a defensive end. I like to watch his highlights. I like the way he uses his moves, and I just like watching him do his thing.
Yeah. We're going to take a break, and when we return, Jeremiah Johnson will be here to talk about the Panther offense and that one-handed catch that's going viral.
Timeout with TNT will be right back after these messages.
Subway, the Corner Pantry, and the Argyle Food Market are locally owned by Mr. Nick Patel, who thanks the Clinch County Homerville communities for all their support. Subway, located on West Dame Avenue in Homerville, is the go-to place for nutritious, healthy food, and Subway also serves a delicious breakfast each morning. We have catering platters to meet all your tailgating needs. Don't forget to drop by the Corner Pantry in Homerville and the Argyle Food Market in Argyle and pick up all the items you need at the best discount prices in Clinch County. Nick says, go Panthers! Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Here to talk with us now is Panther Jeremiah Johnson. Thanks for being here.
In our last game, the Clinch County Panthers rolled over the Dooley County Bobcats 48-35.
Jeremiah, you had an awesome game. We can't talk about anything until you tell us about that one-handed catch.
You were wide open. What made you decide you could grab it with one hand?
Because one of the DBs said, be like, "You lame, you can't catch the ball." And I got mad, so I had to show him I can catch the ball. So I did it one hand with Star.
Yeah. So the video of the catch has been blasted over Twitter and Facebook. Has that made you feel any pressure for this week's game?
Mm-mm.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Let's talk about Dooley County. They fought us off until the last buzzer. Give us some highlights.
They played good. I mean,
Yeah.
number 7, Bo Lawson,
Yeah.
He did really good.
he
Yeah.
did great. And I felt like after we started running the ball against them, they couldn't tackle us. And that's when we started getting the lead. That's when we started throwing the ball.
Yeah. What do you think give us such a big edge over Dooley?
Confidence and
Yeah.
and I think we practice hard, so we practice like we was meant to win, so we practice hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Langston got y'all really hyped after that sack.
The Clinch County Panthers have had a great season. Each game we have seen improvements on the defense and the offense.
What do you think is our biggest strength at this point?
Teamwork.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one. So, Jeremiah, there are very few 6'7" receivers. How do you use your size to your advantage?
I just hold my arms up and jump. It ain't no way that you can either match up with it unless you 6'5".
Yeah. Clinch County fans love talking about how great of a player you are and throwing out that you are only a sophomore.
Yeah.
How do you plan to improve your game over the next 2 years?
I just got to keep doing what I'm doing this year and do more every year.
Yeah. And this is the first away game we've had in the playoffs in several years. Does home field advantage really matter?
Sometimes to me it do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if we home, we can't lose. But if we away, the team that we playing away probably feel the same as we feel at home.
Have you watched any film?
I watched a little bit.
Yeah. But our fans will travel anywhere to see you guys. So it's Thanksgiving. What is your favorite thing or food to eat for Thanksgiving?
Macaroni and cheese.
Okay, last question. There's a lot riding on each game as we progress through the playoffs.
Jeremiah, is there anything you do to stay focused or to get hyped for a game like this?
Just stay calm and think about what I need to do to move on to next week.
Jeremiah, thanks for taking time to talk with us today. We'll be cheering for you Friday.
Up next, one of the legendary Clinch County Panther four Heisman from the 1988 Triple Crown State Championships, and our Uncle Brent James will be here to help us talk about the rest of the quarterfinal games.
Timeout with TNT will be right back after these messages.
Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned, has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. Jeff Brown and Eric Lutz make it a priority to know their clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. They offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers!
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville. Go Panthers!
Welcome back to Timeout with TNT. We want to welcome Panthers legend Brent James to the show.
Thanks for being here, Uncle Brent.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Let's talk about some of the other big playoffs games happening around the state.
Thomas, last week's game have knocked out even more teams as we set our sights for the Mercedes-Benz championship game.
Let's look at some big games that happened last week. Irwin County defeated Lincoln County 28-14.
The 10-1 Irwin County Indians will take on the 8-3 Macon County Bulldogs. These two teams have already had have already met in September. Irwin County defeated Macon County 36-28 in their first matchup. It's hard to beat a team twice. Both teams have made improvements since this game, and there's a rumor that Irwin County running back number 4, DJ Lundy, may not play. This should be a good game.
Yeah. Uncle Brent, what do you think about this matchup? Do you agree that it's hard to beat a team twice?
Oh, absolutely, I do. If you look back 2 years ago, we played Irwin County, and we lost to them at their field, and then we played them in the state championship, and we beat them. And then if you look at last year,
lost to McIntosh.
That's correct. We did at their place, and then they came here in the playoffs and beat us. So it is definitely hard to beat a team twice.
Yeah. Another big game is Charlton versus Commerce. Charlton beat Commerce 42-14. Charlton County offense ran the game. Their offense was dangerous when they connected on their passing game. The Charlton dynamic duo, Bell and Anderson, had a great game. They had too much speed for Commerce. It was really a tough game, and even one of Charlton's coaches was ejected. But now the 9-2 Charlton County Indians will take on the 10-1 ECI Bulldogs in Twin County, Georgia.
So, we know Charlton County, and they will show up ready to play. This could be anyone's ball game. What do you guys think?
Well, ECI is definitely always a powerhouse in Class A. Going back to the Washon-Ely days, they're traditionally a very good team. Of course, Charlton is playing really well now.
Yeah.
Especially, it seems like after their loss to us, they really stepped their game up. But it should be a real good Class A football game. I'd probably have to take ECI simply because they're playing at home.
Yeah, me too. Home field advantage.
Correct.
Let's talk about the Clinch County side now. The 9-2 Clinch County Panthers are getting ready to face the 10-1 Mitchell County Eagles.
Mitchell County was able to edge over Sly County 22-21. Sly scored off of a fumble recovery and a bounce punt. Sly had one big drive at the end of the game, but it just wasn't enough. Mitchell County had a sloppy game. Both teams took advantage of some crucial turnovers. Mitchell County will need to have a clean game against the Panthers to win.
Uncle Brent, what do you think the Panthers need to focus on for this game?
Well, I think we're playing really well coming into the playoffs. Each round, it's a tougher opponent, but I really feel good about our chances. We really have a good, well-rounded team. Probably our best special teams we've ever had here this year. The strong defense, offense seems to be clicking. So I really like our chances this Friday night.
What do you think is our biggest strength at this point in the season?
Well, of course, our strength always is going to be running the ball. We seem to be really running the ball well. And actually, this year we seem to be passing it real well also. So it's going to be important that we do both going into the playoffs because teams are really going to try to stop our run. So we really need to make sure that the pass opens up the running game.
Yeah. Uncle Brent, thanks for helping us out tonight.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. So it is playoff time. The brackets are set, the rankings are listed, but there is always that unexpected upset.
This is going to wrap up this episode of Timeout with TNT. We'll be back next week with the results of the Class A public quarterfinals, matchups, and some Panther interviews. Up next, Mr. Alan Hanley will be on Sports Talk. Backroad Sports will be right back after these messages.
Go Panthers!
Yeah.